The average domestic horse is ridden for approximately 20 years of its life. For the people who own these elegant animals, a lot of time is spent making sure that all of their needs are met. For Alice McKay, riding isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
Well, I've been riding my whole life. There was a break probably between when I was about 20 and 30, somewhere in there. I didn't ride very much. And then I had my daughter. And once my daughter was old enough to be around horses, then I got Tessa, who's my current horse.
What happens when a horse can no longer be ridden? For Alice, it's simple. She'll keep Tessa until the end of her life.
She's like one of the family. And I just find it horrible to think that I could, after she gives me all the good years of her life and works so hard for me, that I would just, send her off somewhere else because she can't be ridden anymore.
Not all horses are as lucky. Many find themselves tossed in a field forgotten about in their senior years, in some cases suffering from neglect, unbeknownst to the owner. Nicole Gibby of Follyfoot Farm recently took in an elderly mare in distress.
I knew right away that this was a mare that needed help. Looked a little bit older to me than 26. I figured right off the bat that she had Cushing's disease, which combined with her age was really giving her a tough time. She was severely underweight. She basically was a skeleton with fur. Through no fault, it's just one of those things where a lot of people don't realize that older horses don't need to look like that.
Cushing's disease is common in older horses, affecting the pituitary gland and hypothalamus. It can cause excessive thirst, a long coarse coat, weight loss, an improper functioning immune system, laminitis, and neurological problems.
The very first thing I did was put hay in front of her. You don't want to overload an underweight horse with too many concentrates. But that's when I realized very quickly that she definitely had some teeth issues. She was quitting her hay. This is when they chew it and they spit it out into big balls. So I had the vet come out and he took a look in her mouth and was actually blown away by the state of her teeth. She had broken teeth, missing teeth. Her incisors were so long that her back teeth that she did have couldn't meet to chew. Unfortunately though, he said we can't do anything about it. Because her immune system was so compromised, because of her being very underweight, her Cushing's not being addressed, he said, we'll quite literally kill her if we do any teeth work.
Nicole set out to handle the Cushing's disease with pergolide, a drug commonly used in treatment. At the same time, she had to face the challenge of putting weight on a horse with no teeth or appetite. She finally began to see results after feeding an appetite stimulant, and within a few months, the vet was able to come out and fix May's teeth.
Her mental attitude defies her physical appearance. Because of the Cushing's and her age, she's lost a lot of muscle mass. While she's got nice, weight over her ribs, she still has that, older look to her. But then you see her move, you see her flirting with the younger horses.
May isn't the only horse Nicole has rehabilitated, showing her extreme compassion for animals. It takes a special person to look beyond themselves and to help someone else. And for Nicole, seeing the sparkle return to the eyes of her patients makes it all worthwhile.
It's what I enjoy. I mean, I love being around horses, I ride. But I think out of everything I do with horses, seeing these horses that have been severely neglected and at the point, for some of them of being put down, seeing them come back to life is one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever seen.
With a barn full of healthy horses, Nicole hopes that through awareness and education, there will be fewer cases of neglect.
I think it's basically important that people recognize the signs of a horse that's in distress. Don't assume that a horse is looking a certain way because it's old. There's very simple things that involved in looking after horses. Make sure it's got shelter, make sure it's got veterinary care if it needs it, make sure the feet are trimmed, and make sure it's got enough food. If you have a horse that's losing weight, well, are its teeth okay? Are you giving it enough food? A lot of people don't realize that. You see that a lot. My horse doesn't want to gain weight. Well, are you giving it enough food? And if you don't have the resources or the interest to pursue it further, then contact someone who does. It's too unnecessary. There's a lot of backyard neglect cases. Some of them come from ignorance, that people just don't know. And others, it's from apathy, and I think, it doesn't have to be.